So I just got back from the AMC Unseen screening, which was Boy Kills World. Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna help you. Stop!
So, Boy Kills World was the movie that was hidden from everyone in the Unseen screening. And this is a movie that is an action comedy that stars Bill Skarsgård. And some of you guys might have seen the trailer. If you haven't, it's basically a story about a kid who has his parents taken away from him, and now he wants to plot revenge, and he becomes a killing machine, an assassin, and he goes on a mission to kill the family that did it. You know, the general stuff. Throw in a few twists here and there, and, you know, it's pretty general. We've seen this sort of stuff before, but look, nevertheless, this was a fun movie. I had an absolute ball with this film. Oh, man, dude, there are so many things to this film that just worked for me. Firstly, I must say, the idea to have our main character be deaf and also mute was a completely unique thing when it came to this sort of style of a movie. Because we used to like John Wick running through and everything like that, where we obviously had Monkey Man as well just recently. We've had movies like that, but to have this where all the dialogue of our main character is in his mind, is him talking to us rather than him talking to the other characters and what he's thinking all the time. I thought that it was such a unique way to do it, and it was executed really well in this film, and it worked. It really did. And what I think worked is the voice acting of whoever did the voice. It sounds like the person who is the dad from Bob's Burger. I swear it's the dad from Bob's Burger. It sounds just like him, but the tone of the voice, just everything about the voice worked. From the comedic relief that was, you know, there from the voice over, to him talking out, like trying to be emotional at the same time. It just worked, and it just added this extra dimension and layer to this movie that I wasn't expecting. Because when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, okay, this might get a bit old. Because you see it in the trailer, you're like, okay, the voice and everything could get old, but it didn't get old, and it flowed. It flowed the whole entire time, and it just, yeah, like I said, it added that extra layer to it that I really liked. The action. The action is incredible. I really like the action in this film, especially the final battle. When you get to that final fight, there is so much emotional weight to it, and with every single strike, you feel the impact of it through the emotion that is delivered from the actors. It was just phenomenal, and I'm sitting there like, let's go. This is what I came for. There is a lot of killing, a lot of death, a lot of people just getting destroyed in ways that you didn't think could happen. The grater, I will say this, a grater. Now, there are some action films when they have certain kills, they like to cut away from it or show it off screen, where you just see the blood come. You don't actually see it happen. Not this film. I'm telling you, there's a grater scene in here, and you see everything. You see it. You feel the pain of that grater. And then, like I said, the final battle, they show you everything that happens. And it doesn't shy away from the gore. I'm telling you, man, this had so much blood and gore. And I freaking loved it because of that. Look, we've seen the movies like John Wick and that, where we had this real high octane action, this gun fu, where we see people get shot and stuff like that. But this took that and added the gore to it and said, look, you want to see people die. That's what you all come here to see. You see someone run through and kill people. Well, guess what? We're going to let you see that. And you do. You see arms get chopped off. You see legs get broken. You see jaws get ripped open. You just see everything, man. It's mental. It really is mental, but it's in such a great way possible. I just feel like if you took away from that, it takes away from this film. But it worked. And what I loved is the gore and the violence is tied in with the comedy elements as well. Like you see in the trailer where old mate's holding the thing, there's a comedy to him holding that and what happens afterwards. It's hilarious. There are so many moments. There's this moment where he's fighting someone and he's talking as if it's a game, like player 1, player 2, and stuff like that. And it adds that little bit of comedy with the blood and gore, which just worked perfectly for me in this movie. It really did. Now, as for the characters themselves, our main lead, there is a storyline with him, and the ending, I don't want to ruin the ending, but I didn't expect the ending, and I'm glad I didn't expect it, but some people are going to expect it, and, you know, that's just the way it is. But the story itself, I really like. Look, the story is not anything new, anything revolutionary, anything that you're going to sit there and be like, yo, this needs an Oscar for that story. That story is so deep, layered, multi-layered, just getting to this emotional core. There is a bit of emotion to it with our main lead, but overall, it's a pretty generic story, but it's executed. It does exactly what it needs to be. Now, the villains themselves, they don't really dive into the villains, why they're at the head, why they're the top, what's to go with the family, how do they rise, or anything like that. They don't do that. They showcase you what the family is capable of. They make you hate the family at the start because you're like, okay, so this is your family that's at the top that don't care. They are stepping on people. So they did enough with the villains to showcase you these are the people that are bad, and this is why we're rooting for our main character. So that all worked, because you can do a movie with a generic storyline that isn't that multi-layered deep. You can do a predictable ending and that. But what I love is when you have that, but it's executed. And that's what they did in this movie. They executed it. Now, there were some other characters in here that were hilarious. I love our main character meets these two guys. They are hilarious. And there's this whole segment involving a cereal brand. It's hilarious. And I loved all that. But that's what I mean. It was so much fun. It really was. I was laughing. I was having so much fun. There was moments where I was squeamish because of the gore that was happening while trying not to laugh at the same time. So it made you feel all these emotions and that. And then obviously when you get to the final climactic battle, that's when it starts to try and pull in the heartstrings. It doesn't get all the way there, but it gives you enough. I mean, when you're fighting, you feel every single blow. You feel the emotion behind it. But I really, really enjoyed it. And look, this isn't going to be my best movie of the year. I'll tell you that now. But I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be one of the most fun times I've had at the theater this year. That's what this movie is. That's what you should go in. If you liked Monkey Man, and you like John Wick, and you like comedy, this is the movie you're going to like. That's what this movie is. This movie is for you to go in, sit down, and just have a ball. Look, the guy's deaf, but he somehow hears people coming left, right, and center. Like, it doesn't make 100% sense that a deaf person could hear someone walking and hear someone shooting or anything like that. I get that. It doesn't, there's little things like that. But it doesn't take away from the spectacle that this is. The blood, the gore, the action. And that's what I loved about it. And that's all I asked for in this type. When I'm looking for an action comedy, I'm just looking for a good time. And that's what I got. I got a great time. So yeah, if you guys saw it, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.